his club has behaved like a top club team, even way more than Arsenal.
Tactics and touchlines. Today we are looking at the UEFA Super Cup, the big game coming up before the start of the season. And we want to look at, would Thomas Frank be able to cause an upset to Paris Saint-Germain as Chelsea did to them in the FIFA Club World Cup? Or Paris Saint-Germain go full force on Thomas Frank's Tottenham Hotspurs and try and take the UEFA Super Cup from them? With history, it always backs. It's only twice in the last 10 years that the Europa League winners have won the Super Cup over the Champions League winners. Today, we are going to go into details. Tactically, how do both coaches need to set up? And especially with Thomas Frank in a new team, how can he set up his team to be able to beat this Paris Saint-Germain setup? So let me start with Raf. Looking at these two coaches, top coaches, one is more experienced, one is now a young coach, especially in his career coming up. Let's start with Thomas Frank. Going into a game against Paris Saint-Germain, should he use the Chelsea blueprint against Paris Saint-Germain in the FIFA Club World Cup to be able to fight a team dominant like Paris Saint-Germain, or he should go with his own style to see if it will work against a top giant like them?
Yes, Thomas Frank should go with his own style. I was watching a clip or a short video of how he was setting up his team defensively. You can see that the awareness is there now. Unlike the Tottenham of old, whereby they were just under Ange Postecoglou, whereby they were being exposed here and there by a single through pass. They are getting a manager who is very, very solid defensively, who believes in hard work. And therefore, our own Ghanaian star boy, Mohamed Kudus, you will see him working very hard this season for Tottenham Hotspur. Unlike when he was at West Ham, whereby he was given that freedom to roam every length and breadth of the pitch. Over here, Tottenham Hotspur is going to do a lot of defensive works and a lot of defensive duties. Thomas Frank is one manager who believes in using set pieces as a weapon, especially the corner kicks and also the free kicks. Against Paris Saint-Germain always come up as the favorites because of the quality they have. They have the core of the team already there. Unlike Spurs, who are now getting some new players in their setup. So, of course, the bookmakers will always tip Paris Saint-Germain to win that game. But if anything could happen, it is going to be a pure tactical brain from Thomas Frank. But aside that, I see PSG beating them. And there's no way he can copy Chelsea's style. Chelsea's style came out from Maresca studying Paris Saint-Germain for quite a long time. And also, in that tournament, of course, Paris Saint-Germain played a lot of big games. Somebody will say that they were a bit fatigued and all. But it's a one-off game, and I believe Paris Saint-Germain, of course, are going to beat Tottenham Hotspur, no matter what Thomas Frank could do on the day.
Okay, so you're speaking about Mohamed Kudus. Let's go into his Tottenham move a little bit. Do you think now with Song leaving and also Harry Kane not being in the team for almost 2 seasons now, do you think he's now the key man or the big man in this Tottenham setup to carry the team and make sure that he sets the team up so high that they can win any trophies they are looking at winning this season?
So they have some key Spurs team. Somebody like Kulusevski. They had Kulusevski. They had James Maddison. They had Dominic Solanke. They had Bernard Johnson. All these guys are key players in the setup before Mohamed Kudus joined. He's going to add an extra quality to that setup. The quality is there already, but they just needed a manager who's going to make them fit into the right positions at the right time. So I feel in as much as Mohamed Kudus is the star boy, he knows his game very well, very strong on the ball, hardly loses the ball. He's going to add an extra quality to the Spurs team, but not forgetting that they also have their quality in there already. James Maddison picked it up, and I feel Kudus is also going to add an extra quality to the Spurs team. So I believe they are going to do well with that or in their team. Yeah.
Okay, Prince, let's look at Thomas Frank coming into this Tottenham setup. Do you think this will be one of his biggest challenges as a manager? And how would he be able to go toe-to-toe with a big manager like Luis Enrique, especially in a Super Cup game that the winner gets to pick a trophy?
I think he should throw all his Arsenal's name. He should go all out in this game because PSG stands a better chance than Tottenham. We all know that, and on paper, it's clear that Tottenham doesn't stand a chance. But I feel like if Thomas Frank sits back, analyze the PSG team well, I will give him 2 games for him to take a critical look at, or probably 3 games. I think at the Club World Cup, the final they played against Chelsea, there was this game too they played against Botafogo or something and they lost.
Yeah, Botafogo.
Yeah, they lost that game too as well. And the last game would be the first leg they played against Arsenal. If you take these 3 games, study it very well. Study these 3 games very well. And especially the game against Botafogo. I think those guys had a style, or a compact style they did to soak the pressure and beat them on the counter, because these PSG guys knows how to press very well. They know how to press very well. They press you to your neck and they suffocate you. So I think Tottenham should come with their A game. They should back the boys that this is just a single game that helps you win a trophy. So they should go all out. And I wish them all the best.
Okay, Sam, you have been a fan of Luis Enrique from the Champions League to the FIFA Club World Cup and now also into this competition. What do you think Luis Enrique needs to do to be able to continue that dominance in Europe, especially when it comes to playing European competitions against a team like Tottenham, who we haven't seen in any competitive game, especially under Thomas Frank?
Consistency. I think that's the main thing, and mentality. There was this video I was watching that day, and one guy said, if you take a manager like the big boss himself, said Alex Ferguson, he had no particular style that he was playing, but there is this mentality that he was able to drill inside these players that when even it's 2-0 down, they have this idea that they can come back to win. So I think if the right mentality is being instilled in these guys, they can still continue to play them the League One title and the Champions League also. It was quite unfortunate that they lost to a very good Chelsea side. That there were other factors that came in play. They played lots of game. I read recently that Hakimi has been playing since the last African Cup. So these things can come in, but it was a very good Chelsea team that they faced. So the result was what it was. But I think Luis Enrique should just sack the boys. This is another trophy that needs to be backed, and that's it. There's a lot of pressure on Thomas Frank. I think for this season, Daniel Levy and his club has behaved like a top club team, even way more than Arsenal. And I'm saying this because look at he sacked a coach that just gave them an Europa title. When he was asked, he said the title doesn't justify how bad Tottenham played last season. They were 17th, and just one trophy doesn't clear all that thing. There's a right mentality he's trying to build. Arsenal has had the same coach for almost 6 years.
But Sam, don't you think you should have also sacked the coach, since you are just a position ahead of Tottenham?
No,
if the person behind you sacked the coach, don't you think you should have also sacked?
But I think Man United did same with Eric Ten Hag. After winning the trophy, they sacked him. Yes,
and
even Van Gaal. They sacked Van Gaal.
This is Amorim's second. This is Amorim's second season, and that's Arteta's sixth season. So please let me end. So I think Thomas Frank should just sack the boys. And I keep saying it's a different Tottenham that we are seeing. But even though I still think that they need that killer number 9 as their striker, because they are still playing with Charleston, who is not consistent like that, and there is Lanky also. And I know these two are not that consistent at times, but if the transfer market is still open. If they can get in someone, that's fine. But for this Super Cup, it would be nice if there's an upset, because if they're able to take that trophy, that's one trophy also that Arsenal cannot boast of. So yes, it's even though PSG on paper looks like the team to win this league, but this trophy. But yes, Thomas and his guys can pull up something also. Yeah.
Let's look at the Super Cup final coming up, and let me start from Raf. Who is going to lift the trophy, and what will be the scoreline of this particular game?
Oh, PSG 3, Tottenham 0.
PSG 3, Tottenham 0. So Prince, who is going to lift the trophy, and also what will be the scoreline for this particular game?
It'll be a 2-1 in favor of PSG.
Yes, okay. And Sam, let's look at that particular scoreline. Would there be a different scoreline from what Raf and Prince have given us, and who are tipping to win the trophy?
It's quite. I'm having this feeling that Tottenham might cause some upset, but not as much as that might happen. I'm still going for 3-1 for PSG.
Okay. So with me, I think Thomas Frank has something to prove. And I'm tipping Tottenham to beat Paris Saint-Germain in this final. I know what Thomas Frank can do. The likes of Mohamed Kudus gives them the edge ahead of some players in the PSG setup. So I'm looking for a 2-1 win for Tottenham or Spurs. So let us know in the comment section what scoreline you are predicting and who would also win the Super Cup, and which player are you tipping to make that key important goal to be able to win their club that prestigious trophy. Thank you all for joining. Don't forget to subscribe, join us, and make sure that I share it with your friends so that they also get a chance to also watch amazing football content like this. So thank you all for joining us.